continents and oceans. We know that the Earth is the only planet in the solar system on which life exists. The favorable conditions found on the Earth make life possible on it. This is mainly due to the presence of land, water and air on the Earth. The surface of the Earth is a complex zone in which three main components of the environment, land, water and air, meet, overlap and interact. The lithosphere is the solid portion of the Earth on which we live. The atmosphere is the gaseous cover that surrounds the Earth, where oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and other gases are found. The hydrosphere is a large area covered with water in liquid, solid and gaseous state. For example, ice, water and water vapor. The narrow zone between land, water and air, where all forms of life exist, is called the biosphere. Lithosphere. The lithosphere consists of various rocks and minerals. The word lithos in Greek means rock. It covers 29% of the Earth's surface. The lithosphere consists of all types of land masses. The large land masses are known as continents, which are surrounded by large water bodies called oceans. There are 7 continents on the Earth. In descending order of their sizes, they are: number 1, Asia; number 2, Africa; number 3, North America; number 4, South America; number 5, Antarctica; number 6, Europe; number 7, Australia. Most of the land masses are found in the northern hemisphere, while most of the southern hemisphere is covered by water. There is a great diversity of living beings in continents. Many nationals are found in these continents. People speak different languages. They wear different types of clothes and follow various religions and customs. Asia. It is the biggest continent in the world. It has the largest area and the highest population. It lies between 80° north and 10° south latitudes and between 26° east and 170° west longitudes approximately. Its major parts lies in the northern hemisphere. Asia covers almost 1/3 of the total area of the Earth. The Tropic of Cancer passes through it. It is separated from Europe by the Ural Mountains, the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea in the west. The Bering Strait separates Asia from North America, and the Suez Canal separates it from Africa. Asia is surrounded by the Pacific Ocean in the east, the Arctic Ocean in the north, and the Indian Ocean in the south. The combined landmass of Europe and Asia is called Eurasia. Asia has high mountains, deep valleys, large and fertile plains, and vast plateaus. The highest mountain range of the Himalayas and the highest plateaus of Tibet are found in Asia. The highest mountain peak, the Mount Everest, 8,848 meters, and the lowest part of the Earth on the land, the Dead Sea, 418 meters below sea level, are its spots. That is why Asia is also known as the continent of extremes. Asia is rich in diverse races, cultures, and languages. Many of the world's major religions emerged from Asia, including Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Zoroastrianism, Shinto, Sikhism, Hinduism, Jainism, and Buddhism. Abundant natural resources like petroleum are found in Asia. The southern plateaus of Asia are made up of hard rocks, while the Arabian Plateau is dry desert. Asia has 2 most populous countries of the world, China and India. Africa. Africa is the second largest continent of the world. It extends from 37° north to 35° south latitudes and 18° west to 51° east longitudes. Its north-south extent is nearly 8,000 kilometers and the east-west one is about 7,200 kilometers. Africa is surrounded by the Indian Ocean in the east, the Atlantic Ocean in the west, the Mediterranean Sea in the north and the Red Sea in the northeast. Africa is the only continent through which all three major parallels, that is equator, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, passes. The equator crosses through the middle of the continent and the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn cut through the north and south of the continent. The climate of Africa is very hot. A large part of the Africa lies in the northern hemisphere. Africa has a huge plateau surface. The Congo Basin is an important low-lying area. Mount Kenya and Mount Kilimanjaro are volcanic mountains. The world's largest desert, Sahara, is located in Africa. The other main deserts are Kalahari and Namib. The longest river, Nile, flows in it. Africa is separated from Asia by the Suez Canal. Africa is also known as the Great Safari. People visit Africa to see wild animals roaming in their natural surroundings, called national parks. Earlier, Africa was called the Dark Continent by the Europeans because they knew little about it. North America. It is the third largest continent. It lies wholly in the northern hemisphere. It is situated between 7° north and 83° north latitudes and 53° west and 180° west longitudes. It is surrounded by the Pacific Ocean in the west, the Arctic Ocean in the north and the Atlantic Ocean in the east. It is linked to South America through the Isthmus of Panama in the south. It has an area of about 2,47,09,000 square kilometers. Its north-south extent is 7,650 kilometers and the east-west extent is about 4,800 kilometers. North America has 23 countries. Two of its countries, Canada and the USA, are also known as Anglo-American. They form 75% of the total area of North America. According to geologists, Canada is one of the oldest regions in the world. Some of North America's famous cities are Mexico City, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Toronto, and Washington, D.C. The northern region of the North America remains snow-covered nearly throughout the year. There are large extensive plains of tall grass between the Rocky Mountains and the Appalachians known as prairies. These are very suitable for growing crops, rearing cattle for meat, milk and other animal products. No more. America is named after Amerigo Vespucci, who explored North America between 1499 and 1502. America was inhabited by a race of people who are known as Aztecs or Red Indians of the Mayan civilization. They established the Aztec Empire as it was unknown to the Europeans before its discovery. They called it the New World. There are 4 great lakes between Canada and the USA. St. Lawrence, Mississippi and Missouri are the important rivers of North America. The Colorado River, while flowing through soft rocks, cut them out to form the Grand Canyon. The 5 Great Lakes and the river St. Lawrence together form the greatest inland waterway in the world. The Ring of Fire is the volcanic mountain range that is located along the basin of the Pacific Ocean. The group of the Caribbean islands of the Gulf of Mexico are known as West Indies. North America has a large variety of natural resources. Many parts of North America are rich in minerals like iron, nickel, zinc, copper, gold, lead and uranium. South America. It is the 4th largest continent. It lies between 13° north and 55° south latitudes and between 35° west and 81° west longitude. It has an area of 40,000 square kilometer, with the east-west extent of about 4,800 kilometer and the north-south extent of about 7,650 kilometer. It lies mostly in southern hemisphere, while a small portion of it lies in the northern hemisphere. It is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean in the east, the Pacific Ocean in the west, and the Caribbean Sea in the north. There are 12 independent countries in South America, that is, Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, Paraguay, Peru, Suriname, Uruguay, and Venezuela. The Andes is the longest continental mountain range in the world. It is about 7,000 km long and about 200 km wide. It extends from north to south through 7 South American countries. Mount Aconcagua, 6,960 meter, is the highest peak of the Andes mountain range. About half of South America is occupied by lowlands. It is drained by the 3 river systems, that is, the Orinoco, the Amazon, and the La Plata. The river basin of Orinoco is called Llanos. The river basin of Amazon is called Selvas, and the river basin of La Plata is called Gran Chaco. Amazon basin has the thickest forest in the world. Amazon is the largest river of the world by volume. Minerals like gold, silver, copper, iron, tin, and petroleum are found in South America. Many rare animals like llama, jaguar, and alpacas are also found here. Antarctica. Antarctica is the 5th largest continent with an area of 1 crore 36 lakh square kilometer approximately. Most of its surface is covered with thick sheets of ice. Therefore, it is also known as the White Continent. It is the Earth's southernmost continent, containing the South Pole. It is situated in the Antarctic region of the southern hemisphere, surrounded by the Southern Ocean. It is very cold in Antarctica, with a minimum temperature of minus 93.2 degrees Celsius. Discovered in 1820, later in the 19th century, people from many countries visited Antarctica. There is no permanent human population or trees in Antarctica. Seals and penguins are found there. Scientists are worried that due to pollution, the large ice sheets and glaciers of Antarctica will melt down. This will increase the sea level, which will drown many cities. In 1959, many countries of the world signed the Antarctic Treaty. According to it, no country can exploit the natural resources of Antarctica. They agreed to use it only for peaceful purposes. For example, to study climatic changes. Therefore, it is also known as the continent of science. India is a member of this treaty. India has established 2 stations named Maitri and Gangotri in Antarctica. The first Indian to visit Antarctica was Dr. Giriraj Sirohi in 1960. A place in Antarctica has been named Sirohi Point after him. Antarctica has many mountain ranges and vast plateau regions. The highest peak is the Vinson Massif, which is 4,892 meter high. Mount Erebus is the world's southernmost active volcano. No more. India is planning to build an additional research center named Bharati. After this, India will join the elite group of 9 countries which have multiple bases in Antarctica. Europe. Europe is the 6th largest continent of the earth. It lies between 36° north and 72° north latitudes and between 10° west and 60° east longitudes. It has an area of about 10 crore 18 lakh square kilometer. The southern part of the Europe is mostly mountainous, while the northern area has vast lowlands known as the Great European Plains. Alps, Pyrenees and Carpathians are the high mountain ranges of Europe. It has a temperate climate which is neither too hot nor too cold. Europe is the most populous continent after Asia and Africa. It contains 11% of the world's total population. Most Europeans follow Christianity. Europe is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean in the west, the Mediterranean Sea in the south, and the Arctic Ocean in the north. The Ural Mountains, the Caspian Sea, and the Caucasus Mountains form the eastern boundary of Europe, separating it from Asia. Europe is separated from Africa by the Strait of Gibraltar. Europe is a prosperous and populous continent. It comprises 50 countries. Some of them, like Greece, have played an important role in the world history. Alexander the Great was a Greek. Russia is the largest country of Europe, which has most of its area in the continent of Asia. No more. Vatican City, situated in Europe, is the smallest country in the world. It has a population of about 800. The Pope lives in the Vatican City and is its governing head. Australia. Australia is the 7th largest country and the smallest continent in the world. It is located in the southern hemisphere. It is also called Oceania. It is surrounded by seas and oceans on all sides. Therefore, it is also known as the island continent. Australia, together with New Zealand and other nearby islands, is called Australasia. Australia, together with New Zealand and other nearby islands, is called Australasia. Australia lies between 10 degrees south and 44 degrees south latitudes, and between 112 degree east and 154 degree east longitudes. There are few low and isolated ranges in Australia. Most of its area is made up of plateaus. The main physical features of Australia are the Great Dividing Range, the Central Lowland, the Western Desert. The famous Great Barrier Reef, which is made up of corals, a sea animal, is found along the northeastern coast of Australia. Its neighboring countries are Indonesia, East Timor, Papua New Guinea in the north, the Solomon Islands, Vanuatu and New Caledonia in the northeast, and New Zealand in the southeast. Australia is home to many unique animals and birds like kangaroo, platypus and cassowary. Australia was discovered by a Dutchman named Abel Tasman in 1642. Later on, it was occupied by the Europeans. The original inhabitants of Australia are known as Aborigines. They still use boomerang to hunt animals and birds. Hydrosphere. The hydrosphere is the combined mass of water. It includes all the water bodies found on the earth, such as oceans, rivers, lakes, glaciers, underground water and water vapor in the air. About 71% of the earth's surface is covered with water. Approximately 97% of total water is found in the oceans. But it is too salty for human use. A large portion of the rest of the water is in the form of ice sheets and glaciers or is under the ground. A very small percentage is available as fresh water for human use. Therefore, despite of being a blue planet, we face water crisis. Oceans. There are 5 major oceans in the world. They are all interconnected. According to decreasing order of their sizes, they are the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, and the Antarctic Ocean. The Pacific Ocean. It is the largest ocean of the world. Its area is more than the total area of all the continents. It is also the deepest ocean. Mariana Trench, the deepest place on the Earth's surface, is located in the Pacific Ocean near Philippines. It is 11,022 meters deep. There is a range of active volcanoes around its edges, which is known as the Ring of Fire. The Pacific Ocean merges with the Atlantic Ocean and the Indian Ocean in the south. In the north, it merges with the Arctic Ocean. The name Pacific was given by Ferdinand Magellan in the 16th century when he sailed through this ocean, he found it calm and peaceful. So he called it Mar Pacifico, which in Portuguese means peaceful sea. The Atlantic Ocean. It is the second largest ocean. Its shape is in the form of letter S. Europe and Africa lie in its east coast, while North America and South America lie on its western limits. There is a submerged mountain range in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, known as the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. The coastline of the Atlantic Ocean is longer than the total coastline of the Pacific and the Indian Oceans. There are many ports and harbors along its coasts. In terms of trade and transportation, it is the busiest ocean in the world. The Indian Ocean. It is the only ocean named after a country. It is nearly triangular in shape. India is located at the head of this ocean, which gives it the name of Indian Ocean. Asia lies to its north, Australia lies to its east, and Africa lies to its west. Indian Ocean merges with the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans in the south. The Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal are the major northern parts of the Indian Ocean. The Arctic Ocean. It lies around the North Pole and extends in the south up to the Arctic Circle. Therefore, most parts of this ocean remained covered with thick ice sheet throughout the year. Thick drifting icebergs are a common feature of the Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is bordered by three continents: North America, Europe and Asia. It merges with the Atlantic Ocean between Greenland and Scandinavia and is linked to the Pacific Ocean through the narrow Bering Strait. The Antarctic, Southern Ocean. This ocean surrounds the continent of Antarctica, also known as the Southern Ocean. It is formed by the merging of the Atlantic, Pacific and the Indian Oceans.